Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today, Tottenham played out surely one of the most thrilling games of the season so far as they visited the Etihad Stadium in Northern England at the home of Manchester City. Tottenham were on a 3-game straight losing streak, having lost to Aston Villa, Wolves, and demolishing by Chelsea. They were missing all of their big players, Maddison, Van de Ven. They went into it without Romero, no confidence at all. But Tottenham somehow escaped with a result on the board. 6-goal thriller split evenly between the two sides to make it 3-3 at the end of the game. Man City fall to third because of this result, while Tottenham will move one up past Newcastle in 5th place in the Premier League. After 3 straight results, it's the only Tottenham thing is to break it with a game against Manchester City. What a ridiculous game. Like that, I don't think there was a way you could have taken your eyes off of that.
From a Spurs point of view, this is definitely a win for us. We get a point off of the champions, who have been the champions for the last 3 years. I think this is one of the only times where Arsenal fans are going to want Spurs to do well against City so that they will be at the top of the table. But I think, what a performance from Spurs. It was really a battle of patience against perseverance, because I think City were just kind of being patient, holding back, but Spurs, we just never gave up.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like we were down and defeated and in the dumps. We were down in the dumps when we were down 2-1, but it felt like we were down like 5-1.
Yeah.
City had missed, were just dominating us, but they had missed so many chances, and that's what brought us back into the game.
Yeah. It started off right nice and early in the 6th minute. Heung-min finished off a beautiful Tottenham counterattack after a long ball over the top from Kulusevski to get the 1-0 lead. Then Son goes up the other end and scores an own goal 3 minutes later to make it 1-1 within 10 minutes. Phil Foden puts Manchester City up with an easy finish past Vicario after some beautiful tiki-taka footwork from Man City, and we went into halftime at 2-1 the way of City. Not terrible for Spurs, but definitely not the way that they would have wanted it.
Yeah, I think we could have done better in the first half. I think Bissouma was very, very shaky. I think he was. Yeah, we saw Bissouma this like all throughout the entire game. Bissouma was trying to do too much with the ball.
Yeah,
he just kept holding on to the ball way too much. I think Lo Celso started to be way more influential after the second half when Heel went off. Heel did not have one of the best games. He just was not releasing the ball quick enough.
Yeah.
But Lo Celso really impressed me today. He pretty much looked like a left-footed James Maddison today in the second half.
I would say our first half, our best player was probably Pedro Porro, just because of the way he was operating and shutting down Doku that whole half.
Honestly, I want to say it could have been Brennan Johnson
or
as well.
Even Brennan Johnson.
I think his explosive pace on that right-hand side nearly caught City out at one point.
Multiple times past Guardiola. We went into the break and Heel was taken off, and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg was brought on. I think a change that a lot of Spurs fans would have frowned upon, but it was probably the big change of the afternoon because that is what mattered for us.
Yeah, I think Lo Celso definitely is not the best at that 8 role, and we know he can't defend very well because that's not his thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's obviously way better for Lo Celso to play at his 10 position, and I also think Kulusevski actually didn't look that bad. He was carrying the ball really well on the number 10 position.
No, Kulusevski, I think, is more naturally suited to the 10 position than the winger. I think he said that a couple days ago in an interview, that he likes the 10 position better than he likes the winger position. And that makes sense because with his creativity on show, he can be such a power force at the attacking midfield position. But today, oh my god, I think Lo Celso's about to have the most brilliant career redemption arc of all time, because this guy was going from being booed by every single Spurs fan on earth and getting sent out on loan like 3 times successively. Now he scored 2 and 2, one against the champions. It was a beautiful strike nonetheless. Both of his goals in the last 2 games have been
scored a
ridiculous.
screamer as well.
Yeah, so he almost had 3 and 2. He was operating beautifully in the attacking midfield position. So like, I don't know, Lo Celso's going to be that guy for us, I think, this season. He's finally found his manager under Ange. He's doing big work for us. And maybe he might actually live up to that 45 million fee that we paid for him so long ago in 2019.
Honestly, if what we're doing right now does not work, what we can honestly do is do a 4-3-3, except we have 2 more attacking midfielders and one stays back. So we have Kulusevski and Lo Celso both attacking.
That's how we started more today.
And then we have Son, and then we have Son, Brennan Johnson, and whoever it is, Richarlison, Brian Hill, up there.
I think that's how we started today. Was the whole idea was supposed to be that Bissouma would be the holding, while Kulusevski and Lo Celso would go forward. Clearly, it didn't work because Bissouma was losing the ball way too much. That's why we brought Heel off and Højbjerg on, which was a big move. But Bissouma, I mean, I was just disappointed with him the whole game today. He just lost the ball way too many times, and it finally cost us for City's third when Grealish put it into the back of the net in the 81st minute off of Bissouma losing the ball.
Yeah, I think we can really see how big of a miss Sarr is right now.
Yeah, I think Sarr is much more, because believe it or not, he's only 21 years of age, but I think he's much more,
and
less prone to mistakes in my eyes.
Yeah, less prone to mistakes, and the amount of interceptions and the amount of times he wins the ball back is definitely more than Bissouma.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Bissouma. His confidence and his form has just been shot, and it's just sliding down a cliff right now. He was taken off really quickly after that game, after that third goal went in, and Richarlison was brought on for him. Surprise inclusion for the Brazilian, because he was supposed to have groin injury a couple weeks ago and wasn't supposed to be back till the new year. But I think this could be a pretty big addition, because I don't think Heel is really playing up to what he wants to right now. And if Lo Celso is going to maintain that center midfield role in 8, Kulusevski is going to play centrally, then we're going to need another winger, and I think Richarlison is going to be our best bet for that. But yeah, I mean, what a ridiculous game.
Yeah, it's a crazy game. I think with us, we have West Ham next, I believe, midweek. So that's going to be an interesting match. We're going to have to get the best result we can. I think if we play like we did today, we can definitely get a result. West Ham are in good form.
But I think we can beat them.
We can beat them. We're at home, too.
This is a big breaker, this whole Man City-Tottenham game today. Getting a draw here, getting a result, I think is going to completely turn the mood around in the dressing room. It's not like we've played bad the last 5 games. It's just that we haven't finished. We've been unlucky a lot of times.
Like, if you think about it, we lost against Wolves. We're like 15th place. We lost against Aston Villa. I mean, they were pretty good.
And
Wolves, Chelsea, who were suffering.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of self-explanatory with the red cards.
Yeah, but Chelsea, we know why we lost. It was just, we were decimated by the red cards, the injuries, we were done for. We had 9 men on the pitch and we were playing high line. I think Wolves is the only match where we were actually disappointing. Aston Villa, we played so well, we just could not finish anything.
Yeah.
Like, we actually could not finish if the goal was the size of a barn door. It was ridiculous. We couldn't do anything. And then today, I think we finally brought the 2 pieces together, and it's a big result for us, and I think we can only move forward from here. But I think Ange is the way to go. Yeah. There's no firing him after this. To get a result like this, after 5 of your players are out to injury and suspensions, you have no starting center backs. I mean, it's just a ridiculous result. I don't know how he did it.
I think the only thing to do now is just wait. It's just going to take time.
Take it out. Yep. It's going to take a lot of time.
We can't sack a manager after literally 1.5 years. Like, that can't happen again.
Yeah, and especially with Ange, who was actually a project manager, versus Conte and Mourinho being the whole delivering success immediately.
This is going to take a long time for
It's going to take longer, but we're going to see results eventually. And we're already seeing them, which is amazing. So I can't wait for the rest of the season. I think we're going to do big things. But that's it.
I think this draw was not just a good thing for Spurs. It was a good thing for the Premier League as well. Because I think if Man City were to just keep winning, I think someone has to stop them.
Yeah. But that's it for our review of Tottenham versus Man City today in the Premier League. The last match of the Sunday game window, as it ended 3-3 with 3 goals from both sides to make it a 6-game thriller. Man City do not hold that top spot position in the table anymore. That goes to Arsenal, while Liverpool follow. City in 3rd, Villa in 4th, and Tottenham move 1 spot up to 5th over Newcastle. A big result for Spurs and for Ange Postecoglou. But that's it for our review of this game. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what your thoughts on this game were, and until next time,
come on, you Spurs!